morning, Feversham. Good morning to our live assembly here from Rocky Pools of Feversham and the great statues of Feversham as well. And this morning, guys, we have a fantastic surprise for you. A pleasant surprise. And that is that I'm not going to be doing the assembly this morning. This is my contribution for today, is to say hello and welcome our surprise guest this morning. And it's not Mr. Lindley or Mr. Jabe over here. Mr. Jabe is always a surprise, but not today. But Mr. Jabe will be there. So this morning, guys, I have some great news. We are welcoming back Miss Afzal, who's coming back from maternity, and she might have a little person joining in the assembly to help her present this morning. Miss Afzal, are you there?
I am here. I am.
Miss Afzal, fantastic. So, Miss Afzal, over to you. And we have some great words of wisdom. And we also have Mr. Jabe here, who will be happy to have a conversation as well. Yeah. Brilliant. To keep it going. But I'm sure Mr. Lindley is a man of few words, but great thoughts. His thoughts are very powerful and deep. So he could fill a whole ocean with his wisdom, miss. Okay.
You want me to go now?
Right then. Okay, guys. So I need to be in the meeting, so I might see if I can pop in and out again. Other than that, I'm going to hand you over to Mr. Jabe and Mr. Lindley. And Miss Robinson actually wants to say something as well this morning, Miss Afzal. So Miss Robinson wants to share a great achievement of hers that she's achieved, and I think it's really worth sharing because it shows a lot of resilience that she had to show to get that. Okay, guys. So goodbye from me, and over to Shakira. Miss Afzal, over to you, Miss.
Hello. So hello, everybody. It's been a year. Can you believe it? It's been one full year since Miss Afzal has not been at school. And my baby is going to be turning 1. So I want you just to say hello to the baby. So this is baby Iman, who is a bit grumpy at the moment because she's teething. So yeah, you've got a bit of a grump on your son. Say hello to everybody. Yeah. So baby Iman has been keeping me very busy this year, but I have missed everybody so much at school. I really, really have. I want to give everybody a virtual handshake and a virtual hug because I really have missed you all. Now I'm going to send Iman off because she will not let me talk or do anything else. So off she goes. But yes, I just wanted to say hello first of all to everybody, and I just wanted to let you know a bit about my year. So having the year off work was really lovely. And not that I didn't miss the children, but I think when you've got a baby, they keep you busy anyway. So I loved having my year off. But then it was a bit of a tricky year this year. So Miss Afzal fell quite ill after Christmas time. I hurt my hip all of a sudden, and I was in hospital and I was quite poorly. But I remember, this is my special message for today, is always have hope. Because when Miss Afzal wasn't feeling very well, I used to wake up in the morning in pain and go to bed at night in pain, and I used to feel really sorry for myself. And then I used to think, actually, there's so many people out there that are in a worse position than me. So I stopped feeling sorry for myself and I got on with things. So I couldn't walk and I was on crutches. So if I had to go a bit far, I couldn't do it with the crutches. So I started using a wheelchair to go to some places. And then I even, can you believe it, went on holiday to Morocco in a wheelchair. I got to the airport with my crutches, got in a wheelchair. Every day I was in a wheelchair in the evening, going up and down the promenade. So it's remembering that actually, you know what? And then, you will not believe it. This is why I say have hope. When I was in that situation, I thought, oh, you know what? This is just going to be me forever now. I'm going to have to use a wheelchair and I'm not going to get any better. But I am 99% better. I still get some twinges now, but it just goes to show, doesn't it, that actually you should always have hope and you should never, ever give up hope. So I'm so, so grateful for that. I really, really am. What else? So I want to just talk quickly about our theme and then we'll have a chat. I don't know where Mr. Robinson and Mr. Bajabe have gone because remember, I'm very new to this. I do not know how it works. So I'm just going to talk about our themed week, which is reuse and recycle, which I think is such a brilliant theme to have in school. So I'm going to show you one of the lockdown projects that we did at our house, me and my husband. We've got a kitchen, and when we moved into our new house, we didn't renovate the kitchen. We just kind of left it because we didn't have the money then. So in this lockdown, I thought, you know what? I spend a lot of time in the kitchen, I love cooking. I need to get a new kitchen. But then I thought, there's nothing really wrong with my cupboards. So what could I do to upcycle the kitchen? So we painted all the drawers, and we kind of give it a new lick of paint. We changed the colours. We use French sheet paint. That's a very good paint if you're going to upcycle anything. And we renovated it. So I went for like this. You can see lots of protein shakes in the back. Yeah, but and I just changed the handles, and we got a brand new kitchen. I painted over my old tiles. We got a new ceiling put in. But then my neighbour was doing something the other day, and I thought this would be awesome to show the children. So let me just open my back door. The neighbour has built a bench. Hold on, that's the next door neighbour's yard. Don't know if you can see it very clearly. He's built like a swing seat with just some old wood that he had. And I think he's building a little bench as well, which is, I think, is pretty awesome. So I think, you know, this theme about recycling, I'm the kind of person that if I don't like it, I'm just thinking, throw it in the bin. But in fact, actually, don't throw it in the bin. Find a way to upcycle it. Okay, and I'm also growing some coriander, will you believe? Let me get my slippers on. I'm going to show you. I have never grown anything successfully in my life, would you believe? So at the moment, I'm growing some coriander. It will not be for sale because there's not that much. But I'm going to just show you the coriander. I hope the connection, we don't lose the connection. My backyard. Can we see it? Yes, we can. Coriander. Brilliant. Right. Okay, now, I don't know if Mr. Hassan can tell me if people can still hear me and I'm still live. Okay, brilliant. So I'm gonna just pass on to Miss. Actually, I'm gonna plug something before I go to Mr. Jim and Miss Robinson. We have got a radio, Feversham radio, and you know, when I heard about this, I was super impressed because I thought, how many schools can say they've got a radio? So we've got our own radio show, and you know what? We are going to be running a competition, and there is a scooter. Yes, you heard it right. A scooter to be won. So there is going to be a little riddle. We're going to be releasing a phone number later on and things like that. Your class teachers are going to tell you all about it. But you can ring in and you can let us know the answer to this riddle today. So the riddle is, what goes up but doesn't come down? I'll say that again. What goes up but doesn't come down? Now you need to listen to our radio show. You'll know about the number because we're going to put it on our website and on our Twitter feeds. And then when you're ringing up with the answer and you're listening every day, there is going to be a chance to win a scooter. Now, I just think that's pretty brilliant, isn't it? I really do. I think a scooter for grabs, and then also an awesome school with an awesome radio show. Pretty good. Right, Mr. Hassan. I think I've waffled on long enough. A bit breathless. I think we'll go over to Mrs. Robinson and Mr. Ajay, if that's possible. Are they still on? Oh, there they are. Hello, guys.
Oh, yes, we're still here. We were listening to everything you were saying, Miss Afsal. And
have you fallen asleep, guys?
No, we haven't actually, because I think everybody, and it's worked perfectly, because our theme this week for our topic was recycle, reuse. And
I know.
Absolutely brilliant. So, perfect time, Miss Afsal. How would you have known it?
Also, we were really admiring your copper
handles.
Yes, they were
very on trend.
Yes, they were. I got all my ideas off Pinterest and DIY budget pages.
Oh.
Well, I think what's going to happen after seeing that, Miss Afzal, everybody will be upcycling their kitchen and they'll have copper handles from now on. So you're setting a trend, Miss Afzal, already, even before you've come into school.
I am.
My words of wisdom for this week.
Right, Mr. Whitney.
My words of wisdom this week sort of touch on this, and they are: smallest deed is better than the greatest intention. So don't just sit there thinking about doing something because it means nothing. Get on with it and do something.
Oh, that's a really
good word, Mr. Lindley. Yeah. Which is actually quite poignant, seeing the circumstances everyone's in at this moment in time. And it's all down to making sure those little things that you do for everybody keeps you going. And especially at home as well. If you're watching from home, I know lots of things can be happening around you. And I know in my household, we have many discussions, shall I say, regarding what's happening around us. But it's the smallest deed that does help. It's that smile first thing in the morning.
Absolutely.
My youngest son, he's my ray of sunshine. He gives me a smile every morning, and that sets me for the day, even though things are different for us now. So it's the smallest deed, perfect, Mr. Lindley.
I agree with that. I think we found that, like, amongst all the other horror stories we've heard in Corona, but also so many people have actually come out there, checked upon the neighbours that they've never spoken to, and done those simple little things. Like, I know we have got physical distancing, but there's no reason why you can't wave at somebody whilst you're waiting in the queue for Asda, or spark a conversation with somebody. So lots of these old people haven't been out for a long time and haven't got any family. So just making sure that you give them a smile or doing something like that, I think you're right, Mr. Rajiv. Lily, those were brilliant words, because I think absolutely those small gestures make such a big difference.
I mean, it's on the back of that, Miss Afzal, actually, I've lived in where I live right now for about 15 years, and I probably knew about 10 families.
Okay.
Because of this lockdown, the whole area, because we're quite enclosed and we're inside the cul-de-sac, everybody in the area now knows each other, because we started a neighbourhood watch, but the watch wasn't for making sure that nothing wrong's happening, just to make sure everyone's okay. So now we know about 30 households. So it's been actually in some ways a positive, because it brought the community even tighter together.
Brilliant. Yeah. That is what we need, and yeah, absolutely, it's really good.
And you know, in the beginning of lockdown, in my area and probably in lots of other areas as well, lots of children drew rainbows and put them in their windows of their houses, so
yes,
even when they were going for their walk, and also teddy bears. So when I used to go for my walk every day with my little boy, sometimes we used to do like a tally chart. And every time we saw a rainbow or a teddy in somebody's window, we used to do a tick. And it was just a nice way of kind of, communicating with people.
Yeah.
Even know. And I think, we used to really like it, because my little boy painted a massive big banner about stay safe and stay at home with a rainbow on it. And people used to come back past our house and go, oh, look at that. And, it made them happy. So,
brilliant.
Actually, Miss Robinson, you were saying that you've done something extraordinary. You want to share with us?
Oh, yes. So, on Monday, Mr. Islam said to me, oh, Mrs. Robinson, can you make a film for the Assembly about something that you've been doing in lockdown? And I said, oh, yes, that's no problem, because I had a good idea of what I could do. So I thought that won't take long to make a 5-minute film or something like that. So I went into my garden, which you're going to see soon, and started filming. And I just had so many problems doing it, and it kept going wrong. And in the end, I ended up with like 3 short films that I've made, but I wanted to join them together. So then my daughter said, oh, you have to download an app, Mum. So I downloaded an app, and I put all the films into it, and I joined them together, and I cut some bits out. And I was so proud of myself that I'd done this, because I'd never done anything like it before. And then I said to my daughter, right, watch the film. And then the middle bit was missing. So then I had to go back to the beginning and start again. And then I ran out of storage on my phone. So eventually, what was supposed to be just a few minutes, I was still doing it at 11 o'clock at night.
Wow.
Oh, bless you.
So
Bless.
when you watch this film, it really doesn't look professional at all, because it was a really windy day. So you can hear all the wind blowing in the background. But please believe the amount of effort that I took to make it for you all.
Oh, Miss Robinson, I can totally believe what you're saying regarding that. I mean, we as a school, just thinking about that, have gone so heavily on technology that we've had to reteach ourselves. Even the teachers have had to teach themselves how to do things. Now, I can totally believe Miss Robinson saying that it takes hours and hours and hours to review something that you think should take a couple of minutes. So everyone sat at home thinking, oh, do you know, the teachers at Feversham, or all the members of staff that are working, or they do a little bit here, a little bit there. To be honest with you, we're up till all hours at night. Sometimes try to teach ourselves how to do something so we can teach the children, so we don't make mistakes.
And you know, Miss Beebe's laughing at me now from behind the camera, because she's an expert in making films, editing them. So,
Yes.
but I'm trying.
You've done I'm sure you've done a brilliant job, Mrs. Robinson.
Well, the proof will be in the pudding when you watch it in a few minutes.
I expect.
No, actually, you just said a saying there. That's if you take that saying, proof's in the pudding. I've actually, one of the things I've been personally doing during lockdown is looking a lot at history. I mean, I never did it as a GCSE. I went down the route of doing geography and I thought, yeah, that's what I want. But later on in life, I thought history is something that I've neglected. So during lockdown, I've actually been looking at history of the Middle East. So in particular, at this moment in time, I'm reading the history of Persia. And do you know, Miss Robinson, that quote, that saying actually comes from Persia.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's from a book called The Shahnameh, written by a great scholar called Ferdowsi.
Oh, I've heard of him because I've been watching that BBC programme about Persia.
The Art of Persia.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I've heard of him, Ferdowsi, and there's another one. Hafiz, yes.
Yes. So we have all these sayings that actually have come through the centuries from many different places. So on the back of that, I think a lot of members of staff, I mean, I've been talking to Miss Robinson, I've been talking to Mr. Islam, and everybody either in school or outside of school on the phone. And it seems as though everybody's been connecting and finding different ways to keep themselves occupied. However, trying to enrich their lives. And I think what we need to do is continue to enrich our lives. Even though we've only got a bit more time left for school, and then we've got the holidays. I think during the holidays, everybody should try something new that they haven't done before to enrich their lives and to keep themselves going. And I think Mr. Idris was telling me, and I think he shared it with you previously, that he's actually learning Turkish.
Yes.
The thing is, Mr. Idris is learning Turkish and reconnecting because I'm now trying to learn Farsi. And unknown to me for many years, and probably totally slipped my mind, is my dad speaks Farsi. So now conversations with my dad sometimes end up being in Farsi. And my interest in Farsi came from Mr. Iqbal, who actually speaks Farsi. So we're getting a school full of multilingual, multi-talented individuals now. So we've got something to thank the lockdown for. So there's always a silver lining to every cloud. That's what we should do. And again, that comes from Ferdowsi.
Does it?
Yes, it does. So, okay, what time are we on?
10:20.
10:20. Right, okay. What I'll do is now we will hand over to Mr. Hassan. Because we've got Mr. Robinson here right now, we would love to see a video.
Absolutely, yes. The proof is in the
Just
pudding.
remember how much effort I went to, even though it might not look like it.
I have high
I
hopes.
personally think it will be brilliant, Mr. Robinson, seriously. To be honest with you, when you're making yourself, even if it's a radio broadcast, because we've done a radio broadcast before, or a video, the person themselves thinks, oh, it could have been better. But the end product is sometimes better than you think.
Well, I certainly hope so.
Over to you, Mr. Hassan, for the video.
Hello everybody, and this morning I want to tell you another story about Nasruddin. And today's story is called Nasruddin and the Guests of Honour, or Nasruddin and the VIPs, very important people. Now, as you know, Nasruddin himself was not a VIP, he was just Nasruddin. So we'll see what happens when he tries to meet some VIPs. Now in the story, as you know, when I'm wearing this hat, I'm Nasruddin. When I'm wearing this old turban, I am the man from the fields who Nasruddin met in the other story. And there are two more people. If I am wearing this hat and these glasses, I am a guard at the town hall. And finally, when we get inside the town hall, if I am wearing this hat, I am the chief guard of the town hall, and we'll meet him later. Okay, from the beginning. It was a busy day in the village, in the town, and Nasruddin was out for his evening stroll, his walk, with his donkey, when he chanced upon a huge gathering of people outside the town hall. He turned to another person in this big crowd and he asked him, "What is happening here? Do you know why all these people are here?"
I don't know, don't ask me. But somebody said that some very important people from all over the country have come here tonight. And even some people from neighboring countries have also come.
"Oh," said Nasruddin, "important people, real VIPs. Oh, I must meet some of them. Let me find out who they are."
Oh, I wouldn't bother if I was you. They'll never let you in.
Now Nasruddin wasn't going to take "never let you in" for an answer. He was determined to get into the town hall. So he walked up to the entrance to the town hall and he found guards all over the place. And he tried to sneak in without anybody noticing. But, of course, there was one guard standing at the town hall's big doorway, and straight away he stopped him.
You stop! Please, let me know your name.
I'm just popping inside. I won't be a second.
No. Stop there. I cannot allow common people to enter. Some very important people have come here today.
Yes, listen, Mr. Guard, I am here to deliver an important message for one of the very important people.
Message? Huh? What message have you got?
Well, it's a very important message. Mr. Guard, please just let me in.
Important. Who is this important message for?
Yes, it is an important message, Guard, but I cannot tell you who it is for. I have to go inside, you understand. Mr. Guard, please.
No, sir. I cannot allow you inside unless I know who it is you want to meet.
Well, they are a very important person, Mr. Guard. Please, just let me in. I will go inside for 2 minutes, few moments. I will give the message to the important person, and then I will come straight back out.
Straight back out. Huh?
Yes, I will be only a few seconds, said Nasruddin. Here, you hold my donkey while I go in.
Huh? Hold your donkey? Why am I doing that? 2 minutes?
Yes. Just hold my donkey for 2 minutes. Nasruddin entered the beautiful formal reception area and immediately went to the front of the hall where all the important people would be sitting. And there at the front of the hall he sat down in a smart, elegant chair, waiting. He was not left alone for long. Soon the chief of the guards approached.
No. Excuse me. Those places are reserved for guests of honor.
Let me tell you, I am just an ordinary guest, but I am more than just an ordinary guest.
Oh, yes.
Are you a diplomat?
No, 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 no. A diplomat? No, I'm far higher than a diplomat. Oh, really? So, are you a minister of government, perhaps? No, 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 no. I'm bigger than that as well. Oh, I see. So perhaps you are higher than you are the king himself, sir. No, no, no. I am even higher than that. What? Are you higher than the king? Nobody in this little town is higher than the king. Exactly. Now you have it. I am nobody.
Hi everyone, I've been waiting all day for it to stop raining so that I could come out into my garden and show you some of my gardening projects that I've been doing during lockdown. I thought you'd like to see them this week because in a lot of cases I've managed to reuse and recycle different things in my garden. Let's start here with these silver buckets. I rescued these silver buckets from the skip at school and I took them home and kept them in the garage until I could think of a good use for them. The red flowers here, they're called dahlias, and these are some of my favourite flowers because I don't know if you can see the detail, but the petals just look so perfectly formed. They look like they're made out of folding paper or plastic or something. These purple tall flowers are called salvia, and they're part of the sage family. Down here I've got some more plants in silver buckets that I rescued from the skip. I've got another kind of dahlia, which is a cream one, and behind it, that's my mini Christmas tree that I had at Christmas, and I planted it outside and it's growing really well now. Down here I've got some courgette plants, some tomato plants and some bean plants. And if we walk right down to the other end of the patio, I'm going to show you something that we've been making out of something else that's recycled, which is wooden pallets that heavy things get delivered to shops on and things like that. And my husband got these out of a skip, and we've made them into kind of a shelving for our wall. And so I've got different kinds of ivies and herbs and geraniums growing on them. And it's going to be like a living wall, and I think it's a really good way to hide the horrible concrete wall that's behind it. Here I've got some plants that are growing in chimney pots. In this dish is a garden that I made with my little boy, and it's called an alpine garden. And these alpine plants are really tiny plants that can grow on the side of mountains, and they can grow in really dry conditions and growing out of rocks. So they don't need lots of water or anything like that, and they like lots of grit and stones in their soil. They don't really grow much bigger than this. They are quite tiny plants. Now I'm going to show you my pineapple plants. We just walk back down here. This plant is called a pineapple plant, not because it grows pineapples on it, but because the flowers that it gets smell a bit like pineapples. And they're in tubers, so over winter they all die back to nothing, and then they start to grow again in spring a bit like daffodils or other bulbs. And they're just really starting to come on now, and I really like the kind of the red patterny bits on the leaves there. If we just go round and take a look in the cold frame, a cold frame is like a kind of mini greenhouse, and just here you can see that I've got some seedlings growing in an egg box, and they are pepper seeds, and I just took the seeds out of a red pepper that I had in my fridge, and I dried them out on a bit of kitchen roll, and then I planted them, and they're just starting to come through now, so they'll be ready to put into pots soon. And then in this jar here I've got some a herb called lemon balm, and I'm trying to grow a seedling from a cutting that I've taken. So you can just cut a stem from a plant and pop it in some water, and hopefully some roots will start to grow. This one hasn't started to grow any roots yet, but it can take a couple of weeks. So that's how you can recycle plants. Finally, I'm back inside now because it was so windy and cold outside, but I just wanted to show you one last thing that I'm growing. This is an avocado stone, and I've just put 2 cocktail sticks in the side of it, and it's just dipping into the water in the glass, and supposedly some roots will start to form soon, and then it will grow into a small seedling which you can then plant in a pot. So that's one of my other ways of recycling and reusing things in the garden. I hope you've enjoyed looking at my different garden projects, and I hope you could hear what I was saying because it was really windy outside. See you all soon, bye!
Our theme today is reuse, recycle and reduce. I was wondering that why do we have to do reduce and reuse and recycle? This is one of my works I did this week. If you don't recycle, the world will become a worse place, and there will be no clean oxygen in the whole world. And for a fact, plastic takes 500 years to decompose. So we're gonna do instrument. We're learning about reduce and reuse and recycle. I am going to make a shaker with beads and a plastic bottle and rice. I am going to put lots of colourful beads. A drum, a shaker, a box and a sticky tape, glue stick, plastic box and scissors. This is mine. This is a guitar. This is what you need to make one. Glue, string, a cardboard box. This is how you make a guitar. First get your box and then glue your string onto the side of the box. Then you are finished. Bootsy, catcher, bootsy, catcher, bootsy,